The new Red Dead Online update for the month of February has brought about 4 great money and gold bonuses and payout changes for you to enjoy. And today on the show, we're going to be breaking down all of the best ways to capitalize on these bonuses so that you can make tons of extra money and gold by playing the game this month. Now, there is one major problem with one of the bonuses we're going to be briefly mentioning here at the start of today's video, but it is fixable. So with that being said, you can either just relax and play for your own enjoyment right now and still stack some good currency, or if you're a hardcore player, you can go and take the real grindy approach. And just by being smart with running these missions and engaging with where and how you engage with these activities, and just by selectively picking and choosing where to focus your efforts, you can make game-changing amounts of gold, money, and XP this month. So with that said, let's jump into things. If you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, then please consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. So jumping in, we have double gold, money, and XP on Legendary, Infamous, as well as free roam bounties. We have this opportunity on every single bounty in the game. Now, as you may already know just from playing this week or because you watched my video yesterday, Rockstar says in their newswire that all bounties are paying double gold, but when you complete bounty missions in game, you're just getting double money and double XP with no double gold payout. Now, I am hoping personally that Rockstar can actually end up correcting this as soon as possible, or at least at some point over the course of the event. And just in case they do, for people who are watching later down the line, they may get confused, so I'm just going to be going through with what the newswire says in this video, since that is what the bonuses are supposed to be. For everyone else watching right now, since it isn't fixed at the time of me making this video, most likely since I am making this on Tuesday afternoon on February the 6th, just assume that the gold payouts are still single, so 50% of what we're talking about here that I am mentioning in today's video segment. Now, I will say though that the more players that reply to Rockstar's newswire tweet as well as reach out in Rockstar's support page, the more likely it is that they will rectify this issue, since it is a pretty simple and small adjustment that they need to make on their end to fix it. So I'm going to leave their newswire Twitter post in the pinned comment section below so you can reach out to them directly, and hopefully with enough people doing that, we get their attention and they fix the problem. Alright, so with that in mind, I highly recommend you start off your gaming session getting a legendary bounty out of the way. Normally, you're looking at about $175 and about 12 minutes by completing a top tier bounty, and we're going to get into which ones are top tier in just a moment. But now with double money, you'll actually be making over $350 for the same amount of time and effort put into that grind. For the double gold reward, 12 minutes spent equates to 64 gold nuggets instead of the usual 32, so over half a gold bar for 12 minutes work. 12 minutes is that sweet spot for optimal gold, money, and XP earned in the shortest amount of time possible. This is old news for those playing for a while, but with these bonuses appealing to newer players right now, I'd like to quickly get you up to speed. The more time you take completing missions in Red Dead Online means the more currency that you'll be getting, whether it's gold or money. Speeding through missions actually does hurt you in the long run because you're sacrificing lots of money and gold over time despite you completing more missions. It seems counterintuitive, I know, but that's just the way this gameplay loop in Red Dead Online works out, and that's how Rockstar designed it. So while I personally recommend you take the usual 12 minutes to complete these missions, which ensures you'll get the 64 gold nuggets for 12 minutes of your time plus the $350 during a top tier legendary bounty, you can also opt for the 30-minute method, which is essentially the time and pay cap for Red Dead missions. If you take longer than 30 minutes to complete a mission, you will not get paid for any of that extra time. The standard pay cap is 48 gold nuggets, but in the case of double gold and money on legendary bounties, it is 0.96 gold bars and $450. Granted, you were doing a 5-star legendary bounty and it is top tier. But now let's quickly break down what a top tier bounty actually is. There's 3 tiers of bounties in the game, and each tier has a different base pay. They all pay the same amount of gold and money for the same amount of time spent, but the base pay is what differs between them. And when a bounty is double money like they are right now, the base pay is amplified 2 times as well. So top tier legendary bounties refer to bounties like Etta Doyle, which most players opt for hunting down for that easy farming and grinding because of the cheesing ability, literally allowing you to wait for her to walk into your trap and you can capture her without ever needing to fire a single shot. But there's also others like Virgil Edwards, Tobin Winfield, Red Ben Clemson, and those have the highest base payout, and they will all result in $350 earned if you spend 12 minutes for completing these missions, or $450 for spending a half hour on them. Mid-tier bounties refer to bounties like Carmela Montez, Jeanbo Finley, Yukon Nick, Philip Carlier, and the Owlhoot family, where you also make good money, but they're only going to pay out $400 for 30 minutes spent on their missions. And then finally, the lowest paying bounties are Barbarella Alcazar, Cecil C. Tucker, and the Wolfman, which will all pay out $350 for 30 minutes spent. So hopefully now you can see the difference that the base payout makes this week. 12 minutes on a top tier legendary bounty pays the exact same amount of money as a bottom tier legendary bounty would pay for 30 minutes for the pay cap. I'm not here to tell you what you have to play. Me personally, I'll be playing a mix of all of them because that's what keeps the game fresh, and they're all really fun, and also it's going to get boring just farming Etta Doyle all week long. But I just want you to know that the money that you're either going to be sacrificing or could be making depending on which missions you choose to play. And to be clear on the mission timers, you won't see this at the top of your screen like other free roam mission timers display on. These are hidden timers that you need to keep track of if you're looking to be efficient and grind. So I recommend going on your phone or going on the internet browser, setting a timer on your device before you begin. Your 12 minutes or your 30-minute timer or whatever timer you want to designate to doing the content with, that begins the moment that bell rings at the mission start and you gain control of your character and you see the text of your mission pop up at the bottom of your screen, on the top, etc. Lots of viewers ask me to clarify what I'm referring to with these timers, so I just want to make sure you have the most detailed explanation of it possible. From then on, once your 12-minute timer starts, for example, and then it counts down to 0, that's when you can turn in your bounty and get paid for those 12 minutes. It doesn't need to be exact, it just needs to be within the 12 minutes to 12-minute and 59-second time interval for that optimal gold and money to time ratio. Now, once one of these legendary bounties is completed, you're going to need to wait a full 48 minutes or one in-game day to start another because of the cooldown timer, and in those 48 minutes, I suggest you to play 2 to 3 infamous bounties, as they're also paying out double money, gold, and XP. Same strategy applies here. Spend 12 minutes on each of these infamous bounties, as 12 minutes of work will result in $70 of pay, plus another 64 gold nuggets per mission in your pocket. Now back to what I was saying earlier about how the game punishes you for going through missions super fast. Well, in the case of double money on the infamous bounties, you could actually complete them as fast as possible if you'd like. I did the Blackwater infamous bounty, for example, and spent 6 minutes going after my target, and I made $32 and 16 gold nuggets just for 6 minutes of my time. But if the double gold on the bounties would actually be working, it would be $32 as well as 32 gold nuggets for 6 minutes. So the money and gold that can be made this month when things are working correctly will be absolutely unreal. All in all, it's just a good strategy for this month to capitalize on cash and gold by focusing on the legendary bounties and a few infamous bounties for each hour you're playing. Of course, you can keep working on your trader and moonshiner, but don't take too much time away from activities like the bounty hunter missions because you'll be making a lot more gold and money that way. Of course, moonshiner is good to keep up to date with, but unless you're hunting legendary animals for your trader, I wouldn't spend that much time free roam hunting unless you're stacking that with missions to run down the timer to earn more gold and money from those missions themselves. Now, in addition to that, we have double money and XP on the free roam missions in the game. These also will significantly boost your earnings, with again 12-minute missions being the sweet spot here. Completing these missions on average will give you $35 to $40 as well as 32 gold nuggets, making it an efficient way to accumulate XP and resources here. The payouts vary slightly based on the mission type due to different structures for money, but generally they fall within that range. For quicker missions around 5 minutes, for example, expect earnings around $13 to $15, and this variability is due to the specific mission and minor differences in circumstances with the mission itself. So either way though, it does remain a lucrative option compared to standard bounties, offering a slightly better return for the same time investment. But of course, if you're doing tier 3 or basically 3 money icon and $3 symbol bounties with 4 or 6 targets, you'll be making way more than the double money you'd be making on the free roam missions. But overall, with the stranger missions, for players looking for a variety beyond bounties and without access to certain roles, stranger missions may present a reliable and consistent method to earn money and gold in this game. The approach not only diversifies your gameplay, but it also aligns well with other in-game activities, which offers a profitable alternative for players at all levels. So while bounties comparing directly to stranger missions will be 100% more worth it for players once Rockstar fixes the issue with the gold payouts, for players who want to earn double cash in the meantime on content while they work towards saving up enough gold for the bounty hunter role because they don't have it yet, well then I suggest those players to utilize this bonus this month in Red Dead Online. Next up, we have double money and XP on the Bounty Hunter free roam events, as well as double money and XP on the featured series game modes. I'll be honest with these two bonuses here, there's not much in terms of strategy, but both are pretty decent for cash and gold, with the Bounty Hunter free roam events offering almost $65 per match. They last about 9 to 12 minutes as well, and then the double money on featured series is going to mean about $45 every 9 minutes per match you play here, which is a good bonus for a player, once again, with no roles, who also need some extra gold and money to start their bounty hunting journey. If you want to know what time your account will get invited to the Bounty Hunter free roam events, because they're basically arbitrary, they get sent out to all all players at the same time every single real life day, well, I will have a schedule of all of the normal as well as role related free roam events linked in my description box down below that you can use to see what time these events start in your local time zone. No conversion necessary on your part. But with all that said, those were the top 4 best ways that you as a player can make extra golden money and XP just by playing the game this month. Like I said earlier, I really hope that Rockstar fixes the gold issue with the bounties right now, otherwise we're all going to miss out greatly and it will just be a double cash and XP month. But with all that being said, hopefully you all enjoyed the video here today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, then please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below as well. With all that being said, once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.